Welcome to the Thunder. You can't hear the sound effects tonight, but they can. And you actually couldn't hear the Thunder inside Amalie Arena tonight either, unfortunately. We're here, we the Thunder, Thomas Schooley, Robert Shooty Shoots, and we've got special guest.
It's Tate again from Six of Fire, Black Bandana.
We dragged Tate over a tough 2-0 loss for the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 2 versus the Florida Panthers. Thomas, start us off with your first thoughts on this loss, another playoff loss at home.
Sucks to lose off of a face-off goal. I mean, we asked them to answer the toll of being rough, and I think they did that tonight.
100%.
Lightning really came ready to fight, came ready to put the hits down, and that's what we asked them to change from Game 1. And I think that's what you saw the difference in such low scoring. Now, for Game 3, they're going to have to work on how to get the puck in the center of the ice. Florida gave them both sides of on the sides all day long. It was the middle that they could not enter whatsoever, and that was where they couldn't score.
Tate, what happened?
I want to get into it already. I want to talk about that penalty. There's so much more I want to talk about before that.
That penalty did not help the Lightning's chance to come back.
We'll get to. I want to get to that penalty later because I want to have a whole rant about it. I want my soapbox moment, so I'll get to that part later. But I'll go back to the first goal. There was no screen. There was no deflection. There was nobody really in front other than Herbix? Or no, it was Hagel. Because I went back and I watched the replay in the arena. Hagel slipped. Like, he was trying to extend with his right foot. He slipped, which didn't let him close up in time. But still, I mean, he was to the out, like he was covering the outside post. And the puck went inside under Vasi's blocker. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're second in save percentage, at second in goals allowed percentage, whatever. Second goalie in the league this year, and that's the goal that you let in. I mean, he made some crazy saves tonight. He cleaned it up from that moment, but you need to be better.
And that play is something that we do. Kucherov's done that several times, so it's in our repertoire. Vasi knows what to look for. That shouldn't have been a goal to Vasi give up, but for that to be really the only goal of the game.
That's the game-winning goal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the empty netter, you don't get the empty netter if that hadn't went in. And so, for that to be the only goal scored, kudos to Bobrovsky.
19 saves in the shutout.
And here's the thing. I'm gonna make this statement. I don't know, we say it a lot on our show, and I'm sure you guys might say it too, but when we play our best, Vasi doesn't have to make Vasi saves. He doesn't have to make those unreal, sprawling out, barely getting a tip on it and stuff like that. Did Bobby make an unreal save tonight? He made one late in the game.
I was going to say, there was a couple after that 5-minute penalty that we killed off. The Lightning kind of swarmed them a little bit, and he got a couple. And I thought really the second period was Lightning's best period of the whole night.
Yeah.
And I really thought for sure they would get 1 or 2 in the net there.
100%.
My comment for the night tonight, all night, was #not my captain. Hedman, horrible.
He wasn't great.
No,
you know who had a terrible night? Actually, I'm gonna come out and say it, and I'm gonna put him on I'm gonna call him out for it. You know who's had a terrible 2 games? Eric Chernak.
Broke 3 sticks tonight.
Broke 3 sticks tonight. Yeah. 2 within like 60 seconds of each other. I caught him multiple times tonight. So here's my saying about defensemen. When a defenseman is having a good night, I don't say your name. If you're a defensive player, now, Hedman, Radish, guys that I'm expecting to be in the play and helping in the offensive, I do want to say their names.
Radish was healthy scratch tonight. I would have rather have seen him than somebody else, or go with the 70 and have him in there. Radish and
I would have rather seen Mitchell Chafee come out.
Yeah.
He was invisible tonight.
Yeah, no, it was not good. So let's break it down from the beginning of the game.
Oh, boy.
So it was funny because the Bolts' best chances were at the very beginning of the game.
2 minutes in.
And the very end of the game. Those were their best scoring chances.
100%.
Gensel had a great chance. McDonough had a great chance. Point with 2 great chances. And the Lightning can't score. And it was reminding me what I was saying after the game against the Maple Leafs that they lost here right before the playoffs started. The Maple Leafs got a chance to score, and they'd score. The Lightning, I mean, you got to give credit to Bob for the shutout, but they just can't put it in the back of the net right now.
Not even that, though. I mean, how many in that first couple of minutes were any of those chances on net?
A lot of missed nets.
A lot of missed
Yes.
nets.
That was part of them being shut out from the side.
Yeah.
And so it kept going. That's why we see the shot total also so low. Because the Lightning did a good job of keeping Florida also out of the middle of the ice. But there was one point, and I think it's going to end that. I haven't seen the final player shot totals. But 2 out of your top 3 shot total was defensemen. Chernak and Hedman.
I'll look.
And then McDonough. Sorry, McDonough was first in shots, then Point, then Chernak. Or Chernak first, then Point, then McDonough. And shot totals. When 2 of your top 3 shots are coming from your
Ryan McDonough had 4, Chernak had 4. Those are the only shots by defensemen tonight. But just right there, how many shots do we have as a team?
More than any other players.
You got then on forwards, 2 from Connor Geekie, 1 from Paul, 3 from Pointer, 1 from Gergie, which I'll talk about it right now. Out of anyone to get a breakaway, it's Gergie or what was that, second period? Because that was going away from me.
McDonough had one in the third period.
That was a 2-on-1, and yeah, that, again, the same thing. And to continue, Gergie had 1, Gordo had 1, Hagues had 2, and Kucherov only had 1.
Yeah, so your top 2 shot leaders were Chernak and McDonough. And then Point was the forward.
Your top line tonight of Kucherov, Gensel, Point, 2 shots on goal. I'm sorry, but you need to find a way to be better.
On the top line, though. Gensel started.
It was early, though. They switched.
He went with Cirelli and Hagel line because they were actually the starters for tonight.
Yeah, it was early that they switched.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of expected them to do their very best to shut out our top line, and I've been waiting to see who's going to step up. Who else is going to score for the Lightning? Brandon Hagel played really well, but couldn't score.
Do you remember what I said on the playoff show?
What?
So I talked about Y factors. So there's the X factors. Like, you know who your X factor players are. Kucherov,
Did you have Nate Schmidt
Point
as a Y factor?
Yeah, Nate Schmidt is the Y factor tonight.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? But I talked about this in our preview show. I talked about it. I said, you know, guys, you know Cooch, you know Point, you know Gens, you know those guys are going to be in the game, which tonight they were invisible. Who's going to be that next guy to step up? I called out Geekie, I called out Gonsalves, I called out Cirelli, Paul. Like, those guys that are not there every night in, night out, you need them to show
Somebody's got to put the puck in the net.
And nobody's there right now.
What's happening?
Well, what's happening with Nick Paul?
Nick Paul's invisible out there.
He had his back to the puck so many times tonight that it was 1 inch behind him, and he just skated away from it so many times. You know, they said Nick Paul does it all. Nick Paul did nothing.
Nick Paul was invisible tonight.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There was a lot of players that just felt invisible tonight.
Well, there were moments, there were stretches where no matter who was getting the puck, it could have been Cooch or Hedman or Perbix, they just could not control the puck.
Yeah.
Like, they'd jump on the puck and, pass it back to the defender, and the defender could barely control it, and then a Florida player's right on him, and before you know it, he's turning the puck over. So, I don't know what was up with their game half of the game tonight. They just could not control the puck.
By the way, we're at Top Shelf, so if you are still downtown Tampa, come by Top Shelf. It's in the bottom of the Truist building. They are playing the Vegas game, but they're also doing the NFL draft right now.
Yeah. And there's maybe a couple tables left if you get here now.
But
It's packed.
here's how good Top Shelf is. One of the owners is our waiter right now. So.
And Carly's ordering up a storm over there.
Yeah, well,
She's hungry after a big
ordering my
loss.
She's ordering my food and my beer too.
She's hungry for some goals.
So
Hey, ask her if we can order some goals.
if you're in the area, downtown, come by the bottom of the Truist, Top Shelf. Come say hi to us.
Yeah, thank you for you guys letting us do this here. Hey, hopefully we'll be back for Game 5. But the way it's looking, we gotta win a game in Sunrise.
And I hate to say this, and I'm gonna jump ahead. And this is a real dumb statement to say, but I'm gonna say it. Game 3 is a must-win.
Oh yeah.
I hate to say it. Like
Game
it's
2
I thought
was.
tonight was a must-win.
Yeah.
I said the same thing. Now,
But we said Game 2 was a must-win, but I thought they made the improvements that they needed to do.
100%.
And it just was bad.
They played
puck
better.
luck. But now they need to find a way to get that puck in the center of the ice.
There's been crazier things that have happened.
Yeah.
And one thing that I do want to give, I'm not going to give it to the players. I'm going to give the flowers more to the coaching staff on this one. Second period, I know we haven't gotten there yet on your list, but second period, watching it from where we are up in 307, you really get to watch the line changing and stuff like that. There wasn't a time that I was like, ooh, like we typically get caught by a line change.
Didn't get too many men on the ice.
We didn't get too many men on the ice, but we always get caught with some, like two guys are out there double shifting or we let up a 2-on-1 because the defenseman is changing, the right defenseman's changing. There wasn't a time tonight that I felt like we made a bad decision on our changes. So that's one thing that I do want to bring up that is positive from this game. Like I said, does it suck that we lost the game? Absolutely.
Leah's back to the hashtag Fire Blast Show. You bring that shirt.
We'll go through the comments if you guys want to load up your thoughts on the game. I'm right, says Game 3 is a must-win. No shit. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
They definitely need to start winning some
And
games.
like I said, I know that's a stupid thing for me to say. I gotta say it. I gotta put it out there.
Good thing there was no coach's challenge tonight.
Well, if he freaking challenged that first goal, I would have left the building because that was a good goal.
He was gonna challenge it for illegal face-off.
They did. It seemed like they were looking for something.
They did.
For a minute
even
there.
the refs were discussing it. So there was something that they wanted to make sure of.
So that was the game winner. Schmidt for the Panthers. After the Lightning had a bunch of great scoring chances and even went on a power play after that. Or no, it was right before that. It was at the end of the power play that the Panthers scored. So momentum shifts a little bit, but still, Chafee gets a really great deflection opportunity. Somehow just doesn't go in towards the end of the period. And
There's a lot of things that I mean, my biggest thing is Florida for the last how many years has played our power play the same way, fast. Why are we not changing?
should be able to figure something out. 0 for 5 on the power play tonight.
Yeah.
1 for 3 the other night. But we shut down their power play. Listen, they were 100% in Game 1.
Yeah, what, 3 for 3?
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing out the positives. We
Look,
did out-hit them too.
I have to find something positive about this game.
Gotta
Let's be honest.
look at, after 2 nights ago, we were here and we were saying, this is what they needed to change, this is what they needed to change. They changed everything we said they needed to change. We never mentioned they needed to score goals. So this one we need to make sure we mention score goals.
I didn't know
goals,
we
score
had to
goals.
include that in the
Apparently
message.
you do, because they take their notes from our show. We've learned this every season. So to the Lightning, you have to score. You have to score more than 0. You have to score more than 1. Let's go down to Sunrise. It is a day game. The Lightning suck at day games. 1 o'clock
I don't want to do
game.
the math of how
There
many
is a
day
watch
games.
party, official Lightning watch party at Sparkman's Wharf. It's going to be hot, so make sure you wear your sunscreen. They do not provide umbrellas, and you can't bring yours. So wear your sunscreen or...
Okay, downer, Debbie.
Listen, it sucks thinking.
Just bring sunscreen.
It sucks thinking you're going to be
It's
in the
a long
shade
one.
down there, and then you get down there,
And your team gets their ass beat.
well, and they got
Yeah, that sucks.
No, they have umbrellas on the table, and you go to put them up, and they're like, no, you can't put them up for the watch party.
Oh, yeah, because you can't block the view.
Right. So
Everyone needs to see.
You have the umbrellas on the tables, but you can't use them.
You know what's worse
So-
is going to see your team play in the playoffs and having them lose every single time, which seems like the last couple years for me.
Yeah.
Man, what the hell?
So
Second period. Talk about
Second period started with a power play.
yeah.
Our second power play that we did not score
Which
on.
again did not look horrible. That's the thing. It's just all the power plays have not looked bad. I always say, I say it on the show. I say it up in the stands. I say it when I'm watching the game. Show promise. Show promise on the power play. Show puck movement. We've done that night in, night both games.
Yeah, but the Panthers know what's coming.
We know
it's the
it's
same thing the Lightning have been doing for a long time now.
I just want to, at some point, I'm going to start putting this microphone through my forehead.
And it just seems, maybe they do miss Bjorkstrand, because it just seems like when they put a pass in a player's wheelhouse, then it never seems to be
I know.
on the right
I'm
hand,
in the
like the
same
right
boat
side
right
of their
now.
stick.
I'm hoping he don't get picked.
No,
Sorry.
God no.
Shedeur, Sanders.
Do
they
we
just
do we
have
mind taking a
Shedeur,
timeout? That
Sanders.
way we can see who the Bucks pick
Yeah,
real quick.
The Bucks are on the clock right now.
Can I boo Roger Goodell on here? Am I allowed to do that?
Yes.
Yes.
The Bucks are on the clock.
No, the pick is in. Actually.
the pick's in.
Oh, the pick is in.
Yeah,
So
that's why they're on the clock.
there's nothing left to be said about this game. We're just going to cover the NFL draft.
We
The
need
19th
corner or a
pick.
safety.
The 19th
corner
pick.
or a safety. Corner or a safety.
Emeka
that's a wide
Ibuka
receiver.
from Ohio
Oh,
State.
Ibuka.
Ohio State guy.
My cousin is an Ohio State alum. I have to
Find out
call
the scoop.
him.
Find out the scoop.
No,
All right,
he's
so-
awesome. That dude.
Yeah,
Are the Bucks?
What?
If the Bucks make the playoffs
A wide
again and make a
receiver?
good run, are they going to be the
Buccaneers?
best?
Is that going to be the next podcast?
Are they going to be the best sports team in Tampa?
Are you kidding me?
That would be 3 Super Bowls for them. Tie the cups. I guess we got to start doing a We the Bucks.
I don't
podcast.
know. I don't know, but we might not have many shows
We
left.
can start going to
this year.
WWE. We the ones.
Yes. All right, so second period, power play. Didn't really get any great chances, and then Gensel gets a slashing call. I don't know why we were calling slashings this game. Of all penalties, everyone gets a slash when you get a penalty. Sorelli, Marchand, Verhaeghe all go to the box. And the Lightning again get another power play, and again do not score on the power play. Hedman, as bad as you guys think he played, had a great stop on a 2-on-1.
That was gotta
really
give my flowers to him there.
could have been a game saver right there. Point with a breakaway that he can't score
Game
on.
saver. It was already 1-0.
Well, if we come back and score, if we do what we're supposed to do in this game, which is score more goals than the other team. But Point had a breakaway. Mosier gets the rebound. None of them can go in past Bobrovsky. Hedman, Cooch, Point, a bunch of chances with under a minute left in the second period. And the Bolts end up
bunch of
getting
chances all
a
night.
penalty. Well, at the end of that second period, it's about as tight as you can get, with faceoffs being even, shots on net even at 16. And we're all hoping at the second intermission, just like we were at the first intermission, that the Bolts are going to come back and score a goal. One at a time. And then third period, just never came.
It's just what my question is, and I guess I'll ask this question, and then this is gonna sound like a dumb question. What do we need to do? Is it an extra pass that we're missing? Are we not going fast enough? Or like,
Get in
I
the
know
middle.
I know it sounds so dumb.
They were letting us side to side all day long. All day long. They had, if we passed in that middle, they had a stick on it. If we went in the middle, they had a body on it. We could not get in the middle to save our lives. The majority of our shots were coming from here, or the blue line, which is why we see Chernak and McDonough with the most shots. because they had to go right across the line and just shoot because there was nothing open in the middle of the ice.
I mean, at some point, though, I mean,
you're going to have to, like game one, cold bob one way and pass it over and get it in the back. You know, I hate to say, but Marchand, that's something he is so good at when he was with Boston, was hiding in that back corner and then just tucking it in when it got passed to him. That's something we need to do, is we need to just camp out and pull Bob going one way, because Bob doesn't stop quick. So if you get him going one way, you can get score going the other way.
Yeah.
If you can get that much space.
Yeah.
The Lightning just have no space.
Problem. I mean, and that's why, like, I'm just getting to the point to where, I mean, there were 5 times tonight that I was just saying, shoot the puck. Get it off of Bobby. We have the numbers in front. A puck has got to drop for us at some point.
Get a rebound, deflection, something. Yeah, no, I expect him to take even more shots in Game 3. I know what we're going to hear from Cooper here soon with the post-game or the press conference afterwards. He's going to say the same thing he said after last game. You know, there's 2 teams playing the game. There's 2 teams trying to score. We got our chances. They got their chances. They put 2 more in. More than we did.
One thing that I will say, and I'm going to give the man his flowers, phenomenal game. I'm going to say it, Anthony Cirelli. He had actually and I put it into perspective of having officially basically 1 period last game, going into the boards weird, having a little bit of a shoulder injury, and then coming back today and, I mean, throwing his body around.
Yeah, and he was getting hit himself hard too.
Yeah, so I
for a guy that wasn't supposed to play or was a game time decision, I was surprised he played. Actually, I thought it was all gamesmanship,
a true game time decision
of like, we're gonna parade him out there, but he's not gonna play. But no, Anthony Cirelli, he played well too. So, I mean, that's what I'm worried about is it's going to be the same message from Cooper, but is it going to be inside the locker room? We'll never know. But you know the message to the media is going to be the same. We played well enough to win, but hopefully the message in the locker room, the message at practice is, hey, we got to change up what we're doing, because what we're doing has not even come close to working on these first 2 games, and it's just going to be harder to do that because now we have to do it on the road, and we can't really afford to lose any one of these games on the road. So the Bolts put themselves in a really tough spot here. So we'll see what happens.
While you roll through a couple of comments, I'm going to go find where my beer's at.
I messaged her and she didn't. Oh, now she's looking at her phone.
All right, no call in tonight. Sorry, it's too loud here, and we wouldn't be able to hear you because this place is actually packed right now, and we would need headphones to be able to hear you, which we do not have 3 of. So what else we got here? Schooley, dance for us. Esteban. Maybe the comment of the night. This was painful.
She forgot my drink. So she didn't order it. I don't blame her.
Serena says our power play is too predictable.
She just said mine. I don't know about yours. You can go ask me.
Spencer saying we are not keeping pucks in the Florida zone. No, they're not getting enough time. They're not. That doesn't allow them to play their Lightning style of hockey.
I do want to look at the OTI stat, the offensive time on ice. Ay, chi caramba. All right, is it time to talk about this penalty?
All right, So third period, there's some fisticuffs. Hagel hits Barkov.
No, he hammers Barkov.
Well, he didn't tap him.
Yeah, he hammered Barkov.
Can we go back to earlier when Hagel was standing in the center of the ice
and got hammered?
No, when the fights were going down at the end of the ice, Hagel was standing in the middle yelling at Tkachuk to come off the bench, and then kept telling him he would fight him on the next faceoff, and Tkachuk would not come out for the next faceoff. And he stood there in the center of the ice. Like, I can't wait to see video of it. And he was calling out Kachuk off the bench. And then I think it led to this. Hagel's a marked man for down in Sunrise.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to have to answer for it. Barkov did go to concussion protocol after it.
Which I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a heavyweight hit. And, yeah, to get that 5-minute penalty with 10 minutes left in the third period.
Killed the game.
Yeah. It's funny, though, because I was thinking right before that happened, what's going to happen in this game to be the momentum swing, right? Like, what's going to happen that is going to change the course of the game so the Bolts do something? Is it going to be a big hit? Is it going to be a fight? What's going to happen? So I had some hope with that Hagel hit, like, all right, that might change things now, but then he gets the 5-minute penalty, and then I get hopeful again because they kill the whole 5-minute penalty. There was penalties in between, but they killed it, and I'm thinking, and now the momentum is going to shift.
And the place went 8 when we killed it.
Standing ovation in the arena once they killed off the penalty. The place got loud. You thought for sure the team was going to get the momentum, was going to build on that. And they did. They got some shots on goal, just nothing in. But they were down in the offensive zone for quite a while once Hagel got out there.
In those last couple minutes, yeah, they had some of their best chances. They had one that fluttered, it looked like right over Bobrovsky and maybe the goal. And that might have been their legit best scoring chance of the night. And other than that, they really couldn't get anything going. I was actually surprised how long he waited to pull Vasi. Like, that was...
I'll be honest, it was the right call.
Yeah, but usually he's out of there with more than 2 minutes left. He didn't get pulled till under 2 minutes.
Wow, I do want to bring a little breaking news. St. Louis is now up 3-0. I know it's 2-0 in that series, but that series, if you watch it, has been a phenomenal series so far.
I think most of these playoff series, besides this one, unfortunately, have all been really good.
Well, I think minus game one.
Yeah, minus game one. Tonight was a great game.
It was.
Tonight was
I
a
don't like the
hockey
results.
game.
I just don't like the results. And I think a 1-0, which really is what it was, a 1-0 hockey game, as much as the purists will like it, I don't like a 1-0 hockey game. So
I do want to talk about it. So, penalty originally happened. I asked for a 5-minute major. I will be honest. I asked for it. And I'm like, they're going to go, they're going to review it, they're going to turn it down, or they're going to 86 it all together. Then they came back.
You can't 86 it.
Yes, you can.
I thought you can only go down to 2.
I don't think you can take it off the board.
No.
You can just change the time.
It has to go the minimum
It can go down to 2?
If you review it, it has to still be a penalty.
Okay. So I called for 5. In the moment, I'm like, they're going to review it, they can take it away. So when they came back and they confirmed the penalty, obviously placed boo, boo, boo. I waited, and Bar, I think it's Bar Down, posted on Instagram. They posted the replay of it. From our angle, especially over in 307, it looks like Barkov placed the puck. He's honestly still another stick length away from the puck.
They're saying it was a pretty bad call on the old interwebs here.
I think it shouldn't have stayed a 5. It should have did a 2-minute.
The problem is, and this might be a problem for us tomorrow, and we'll hear from it from the player safety, Barkov doesn't play the puck. He doesn't even attempt to play the puck. He's just skating forward to try to go with the puck. And that's...
Hagel doesn't play the puck either.
and that's the problem. He plays the man. He doesn't make an attempt. He just plays Barkov. So... And that's why, I wanted to rant about it because I was upset, and that's why I was like, I texted you, I just want to come on and talk about it. And then I walked, and I thought about the game, and I thought about it, and I watched it again, but right before getting on. I'm gonna be one of the very few that says it of the Lightning locals. It's the right call.
I don't think it was a wrong call. I would like to see a better view because I was with you up in 307. So
let me get you my
it's far away to really see that hit, and I have not seen the replay of it. But
I'll get you the replay.
I believe it if they looked at it and ended up calling it a 5-minute, then that's a penalty.
Here, wait for it to replay. So the problem is Barkov doesn't make really an attempt at the puck. Like the puck
Hagel tries
gone.
to crush him there.
Yeah, Hagel just tried to go for him. So it's
to call it a 5-minute though is an absolute killer. And what sucks is it didn't kill the Lightning. Man, all right. So going back to Game 3. What adjustments do you make? We started to kind of talk about Schooley. You said
Scoring.
yeah. I was gonna
score
say
goals.
Get in the middle. You gotta get in the middle of the ice.
Get in the middle.
Some way. You gotta find a way. No, they walked outside the smoke. You open the ice wider. You're gonna have to get their players to come after you. Get some guys out. Speed, maybe change up some of your lines. You don't have the home ice advantage anymore of second line changes. So
I'm just
no.
it's going to be the matchups Florida wants now.
It seemed like it's the matchups Florida's wanted this whole series, which is part of the problem.
Coop.
and I'll give you my thing, and this is again I think anything we say about what we want different is gonna be dumb because I mean we've put 2 goals up in what is it 120 minutes of play.
Well, three don't. Well, oh no, you're right. 0 tonight. I don't know why
we got ghosted tonight. We got blanked.
That's so sad.
When's
the last time we got shut out?
I was just going to say, when was the last time? Okay,
Come on, Chad, help us out.
It was Gasparilla night. I remember we got shut out against Detroit.
But no, when in the playoffs,
we've gotten blanked. It's been a long time.
No. As shocking as the first game was.
I think the goalie then was also Bobrovsky. I think
probably,
the last time. I think
probably.
it was when we played Columbus.
This bastard. All right, so you're not changing anything?
Yeah, so what I would change it again, this is going to sound stupid. The game's got to be faster. We need to stop waiting for the perfect moment. And I know, like I said, like it sounds dumb, it sounds stupid, but we're waiting for that extra pass sometimes. We're waiting for that perfect line to get a good shot in. I don't want A-tier chances anymore. I will take C-plus chances all night long because at some point,
get 40 shots on that.
We have to get a bounce. At some point in this series, a bounce has to go our way.
Is there an attempt stat? Do you see an attempt stat?
No, they usually don't show that on my little ESPN. 19 shots on goal, 19 saves for Bobrovsky. Penalties were even, no power play goals. Hits, we out-hit them 38-34. Block shots, Florida 20 to the Bolts 6. I don't understand why the Lightning do not like to block shots. I don't know if it's something where they're trying to let Vasi see the puck or if they just don't like the pain involved. I know Ryan McDonough will block some shots.
But the thing is
6 is very low for a playoff game.
But again, I didn't feel like tonight Florida had very many A-tier chances.
Right, well,
tonight.
I mean, what was their shot on goal? What was
23.
23, so
but
you didn't really have to block stuff.
Yeah, that's
we had 19 and they blocked 20 shots, so that's 40, almost 40 shots already. That doesn't even count the ones that didn't go on net or get blocked.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it's there. The game is there. We just have to figure out a way to get past Bobby, and that I know that's the whole point of hockey is to put more pucks in the back of the net than the other team. But I mean, that is the only really thing that's missing from our game right now, from tonight's game. Yes, we can go back and we can say, Vasilevsky, this game's on you. You let that 1 goal in.
It's only 1 goal, though. We got to score more than 1 goal.
As a hockey team, as the 3rd highest plus-minus team in the league in the regular season, you are required to put in at least 1 goal a night.
Score over 3 goals a game. And we can't score 1.
Yeah, I mean,
tonight
it's just
in the playoffs when it matters the most.
And we got the Benson Trophy winner, Hellebeck, giving up 3 in the first intermission. So first period.
Hockey's tough. All right, Serena and Leah are saying 2019 British Columbus. They were the last ones to shut us out, which would be
Bobby.
Yep.
Bobrovsky.
Damn.
That dude just has our
I was trying to think
number.
of just off my head who, when we would have been shut out. I was like, I think it was the sweep. The sweep that ended up getting us 2 Stanley Cups. On the way here today, I was thinking, everybody always says those 2 cups are not real cups. The COVID Cup, the Mickey Mouse Cup, the shortened season cup. And then I went, is this team built for a full season? Are they built for that short season?
To be fair, we did it against Colorado
we did
the
go
next
back.
year.
We did go the triple. We did go to the finals against Colorado, losing to Colorado. So I was like, well, I guess we can do it. It's just since that Colorado, we haven't done it.
Yeah. I'm right as saying we scored goals versus Columbus. So yeah, you guys are struggling at the fact checking here. It really doesn't matter what happened in the past. What happened tonight was not good.
No.
And the Lightning are running out of time.
And that's the thing is we're like, the Lightning didn't play good. I'm going to be honest, I disagree. I think
they played good enough to win.
I think we played great tonight. I think overall we played great. It's just one goalie let in excuse my French here, but one goalie let in one goalie just let in a shitty goal tonight. It just comes down to it, straight up. And again, I apologize for my French, but
it didn't feel as yucky
Shitty
as
isn't French, by the way.
It didn't feel as yucky as game 1, but still not scoring a goal. Another home loss. I don't know. I think we should sign off and eat some food.
Yeah, I've been looking for any kind of comments coming out of the locker room again.
They took their sweet time in game 1.
Gabby's usually last.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always go to her. Or Ben.
All right, Thomas is trying to play footsie with me.
It's like, what the
And
so a couple of players' comments. We'll start here. So we'll start with Gensel. I mean, everyone's probably going to be talking that we're done, but we believe in this locker room. We can come back. We've done it all year. For us to go on the road and be together as a team, I think it's going to be back against the walls for all of us.
He's not wrong. They've been a very streaky team, but that has to end in the playoffs. That doesn't last.
Here's something else that happened over the practice yesterday. Was an optional practice.
There was no practice.
Which is the correct call. No, it was optional.
It ended up becoming optional, yeah. There was no practice, and then it became optional. And no, practice. Get their asses out there.
There shouldn't be a practice.
Last year when they went to Sunrise, they took that beach day and got all those pictures of Stammer and all the guys throwing the football around and everything else.
Are you saying there won't be a beach day tomorrow in South Florida?
Get your ass on the ice. They'll do a practice tomorrow and then fly out.
It'll be an early practice tomorrow.
Yeah,
it'll be like a 10 a.m. practice tomorrow.
They better do something.
There's one more comment. So Braden Point, you just got to win one. The series isn't over. All we can do is focus on the next one. Down 2-0. That's what it is. You can't change it. And I think there's some stuff that we can build on from tonight so we can learn from that and obviously clean up more of the stuff we did wrong.
I saw someone on Twitter post, and I'm sorry, whoever it was, said, we have playoff Braden Point passing, just not playoff Braden Point scoring. And that's true. I think
he's got to score on that breakaway chance.
Points, you've seen him. He's done some plays, but he hasn't scored. He needs to score. And with the game being so early on Saturday, they will
Braden
not
Point
have,
does not like to score
they
early
will not
goals.
have a practice on Saturday. So they need to practice tomorrow. It'll be the only practice they get in.
Honestly, make the team run or skate sprints.
Honestly,
I don't
Vassy should
know.
have shot the puck tonight. He's the only one that seemed like had a clear shot to Bobrovsky.
I don't know. They got to figure out some sort of different strategy to get something going. That's what I want to see.
And you want to know the funny thing? And listening to the players and what their reading what the players' comments are. I wish I could see their body language to the comments and questions and stuff. I wish I could see videos of that. But one of the things that I do want to say, I don't feel out of this series whatsoever. I do feel like the series just got a whole hell of a lot harder tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But I again, we showed promise in game one. We showed moments. There were a couple of moments.
Scored twice, at least.
Listen, I am more impressed. I am more optimistic about this series after tonight's game than I was after game one.
I think everyone will say that.
Game one, I stayed off of social media afterwards because I knew the sink was sailing.
Oh, absolutely.
This game, after tonight, I could kind of defend, hey, it was a shitty shot that went through that ended up being the game winner. It shouldn't have went through, you're right. But if you look at the rest of the game, the Lightning did great. They just didn't score.
I feel like you take the one play, the one goal out of this game, and I'm going to ask this actually to you guys, and I'll ask this to the comment section. So comment section, you guys can go ahead and answer this. I feel like other than the one goal, the Lightning outplayed the Florida Panthers tonight.
For sure.
And I'm not talking about like the desperation at the end. I'm talking more before the desperation. We outplayed them all night.
Everything everybody said. You guys are in all the groups. It was hit these people, get tough, answer the calls. We did that. The team did that. So now people are going to say, okay, well now you got to score. Yes, you're going to have to score to win this series, but you got to be impressed with the play tonight, with them answering after looking like little bitches on game one.
Still, and 0 for 5 on the power play though.
And I'm gonna ask this question: Are we looking at any Syracuse players right now to call up?
Usually not while they're in. They're still playing playoffs.
Yeah, but what team is more important?
I know. New Jersey just called up a whole bunch of people, but then who are you gonna sit?
Oh, well, so. I'm looking at one player right now
Duke?
I'm actually looking the other way.
Defense?
I'm looking at defense. I'm looking at that third pairing. They didn't play horrible tonight, but they definitely did not play great again tonight.
Right, but you sat
Radish.
I'd rather play Radish.
I'd rather play Radish over Herbix personally. When I saw that Radish was the scratch, I was confused.
I think Radish will be in game 3.
Yeah. I think we go back 11-7. I think that's a guarantee. I think Chafee was just in case Cirelli can't finish the game. That's why Chafee was in. And obviously Cirelli played how many minutes tonight? I will go find that momentarily. I think that was the plan was, hey, Cirelli's going to go. If he can't play the whole game, we've got a backup player, in which Cirelli played 15 minutes tonight. So, and the guy that I want to look next to him is Brandon Hagel, who played 22 minutes tonight. So, take that.
Hagel played well.
Hagel played, I say, enough that we can go back 11-7. Especially another day off.
I don't even know what you do at this point.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
It's simple. Just put the puck in the back of the net. It's really that simple.
And I was told by somebody there that works at the arena who was there all day that Kucherov was practicing on the little rink by himself all morning. And I heard on the way here, I was listening to Drew Garalba's show, and he was interviewing someone, and they were like, Kucherov, the Lightning go by Kucherov. Kucherov disappears, the Lightning will disappear. Kucherov scores, gets the assist, the Lightning will win.
Yeah.
They got to figure out a way to give him more space. I don't know if it's double shifting him more or what, but they have to figure this out for Game 3.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's eat.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Final thoughts, Tate.
We played good tonight. I truly, I know I'm gonna go on social media and there's gonna be so many people that are the Lightning suck. We're gonna get swept and stuff like that. I really hope, and I'm gonna look into the camera for this one. I really hope if you're watching this right now, we played really good tonight. Actually, I feel like we were the better team tonight, truly, and we're starting to see it. Yes, we're down 2-0. The game is there. This is NHL playoff hockey. These are two good teams duking it out. Minnesota just scored to make it 3-1 for anybody who cares. But I'm not concerned. There is no reason to hit the panic alarm yet, guys. It's playoff hockey. These things happen. Don't panic. Don't freak out. As Coop says, you watch all of his videos, trust the process. Trust the formula. It will show dividends. I promise you, Coop will not go down without a fight. This team will not go down without a fight, and that fight will be do or die in Game 3. Believe me, we're not out of this series yet. It will be okay, everybody. It's just 2 games right now. And that sounds like a lot. You go down and you go win Game 3, and next thing you know, it's a winnable series now. You're only down 1 game. Don't freak out yet. Everything is okay, guys. I promise you.
Matt Boldy has 4 goals already in his playoff series.
Matt Boldy had a great season.
Man, Thomas, what you got before we get out of here?
All right. Now we're down to what? Best of 5 now? Best of 5. Got to win 4 out of 5.
Well, yeah.
Done.
I so confidently said no.
And I think we can do this.
Yeah.
I think they answered what everybody was bitching, and they did what they needed to do. Now they need to make the adjustments to score and still keep up that toughness for Game 3 down in Florida.
All right. Well, it's happened before. There's been plenty of series where the home team has lost all the games and the away team has won all the games. Unfortunately for the Bolts, they can't afford that to actually happen, but it'd be nice if they win 2 away games, come home and win Game 5, and then we'll see what happens. Make it a 3-game series from there. But they've got, it seems like an enormous mountain to climb with how far they've been playing. But like you guys said, it would have been nice if they started the series like this, but they're getting there. Baby steps to beat the champs.
100%.
And I guess credit to the Florida Panthers, who are the defending champs, and they're playing like it when a lot of people didn't really know what was going to happen this series.
Yeah, and I know we're trying to wrap it up here, but I can't make it known more. Don't panic yet, guys. This is and I told this in the show, and I told this to you. The winner of this series is going to the finals.
Maybe. I think it's a good possibility.
I think it's a great
So for now,
possibility.
just hold that hand over the panic button.
No,
Don't press it yet.
I'm not even
Don't
close.
press it yet.
I'm not even close to that panic button.
You're not even
if
in the
this is
same
the panic
room.
button right here,
You're not even in the
I'm
same
chilling
room.
over here. I'm telling you, man, I've got just enough trust in this team this year. I'm not freaking out whatsoever.
All right, the chat is not too positive. But hey, it ain't over. You got to win 4 games. Last time I checked.
It's not
All
2
right.
games. It's not a race to 2. It's a race to 4, y'all.
Let's
It'll be
eat.
okay.
We'll be back after Game 3. I will just be at home for that game. Much less exciting place.
Chernak said, well, we know they are soft and like to chirp. We just have to play our game.
Boom.
Okay,
Telling you, man.
taking shots. All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
This has been We the Thunder. Don't forget to be the Thunder.
Thank y'all for having me on.